Hi folks, HR Funk here. Back in front of the camera once again with my Walther PPKS 380 pistol. Some of you may recall that I acquired this pistol several months ago, and in my review video of this pistol I mentioned that this is one of the Smith & Wesson produced PPKs. And some of you may know that the Smith & Wesson version of this pistol really doesn't have the greatest reputation for reliability. But as I said in my initial review, I've had outstanding reliability with this particular pistol. Now this is a later production Smith & Wesson PPKS, or I should say Smith & Wesson produced Walther PPKS. And my suspicion is that by the time they got around to building this one, they had worked the bugs out of the process that had caused problems with the earlier pistols that they had produced. And I decided to put that to the test. I was at a gun show yesterday, a small gun show, and I found a bag of mixed 380 ACP ammunition, and it's different manufacturers, it's different bullet configurations, and some of it just doesn't look like the greatest stuff ever produced. It's a little grungy, maybe a little nasty. And I thought that looks like a great bag of ammunition to really test the reliability of my PPKS. So I purchased that mixed bag of ammunition and I brought it home with me. And my plan in this video is to go out to the range, and all I'm going to be doing is running that ammunition through this pistol to see how it's going to function. Now again, so far with the shooting I've done with this pistol, it has never missed a beat. It has fed, fired, and cycled everything that I've run through it. And I think if it manages to make it through all of this ammunition that I brought home with all the different bullets and all the different manufacturers and everything else, I am just going to deem this pistol as reliable as any semi-auto pistol ever could be. Now obviously, any pistol like this is always completely dependent upon its ammunition and its magazines for proper functioning. But again, this little pistol has been so good to this point that I think if it makes it through this test, I am really not going to worry about its functional reliability anymore. I really don't worry about it now. In fact, I carry this pistol periodically, but I thought this would be a good test and a fun video. So let's take a closer look at this bag of ammunition that I brought home with me yesterday. So here is a close-up look at my bag of gun show ammo, which I got for $17. And I'm just going to pour this out on the bench here. And before I do anything else, I am going to inspect these cartridges and just make sure that they are all 380 ACP cartridges and that none of them have any obvious defects. Then I'll turn the camera back on and talk a little bit about what I'm going to do when I get out to the range. So after inspecting and segregating all the various different types of cartridges I have, I ended up with quite a smorgasbord. These are all Winchester cartridges over here, and I've got 13 of them. I also have 3 other Winchesters back here that, as you can see, have a different bullet. This has a flat nose bullet in those particular cartridges, so it'll be interesting to see how the PPK handles those. Over here, I've got all Remingtons of one type or another. The first 6 in front here are Remington Golden Sabres. The next row behind here are 6 cartridges that are marked Remington Peters, or RP, on the case head. In the back, there are 9 cartridges that all have Remington UMC head stamps, and something I noticed was this one already has a dent in the primer, as though it may well have misfired in another pistol. So when I load this ammunition for my test, I'm going to make sure this is the top cartridge that is in the chamber first. So if I have a misfire, I'll know that it was this cartridge that apparently misfired before. Also, this is one of the big reasons that I wanted to inspect these cartridges, because I found one solitary 32 ACP that was mixed in with all of the 380 ACP cartridges, and had I just been loading these into the magazines and not paying attention, I may well have loaded this one and it probably would not have functioned properly when I was firing it through this test. So everything that's left, at least, is one version or another of a 380 ACP cartridge. So as you can see in the box, I have kept the ammunition segregated into those same groups that you just saw on the bench. And when I shoot these, I'm going to shoot each individual type of ammunition on its own. So I'm not going to be mixing these all together. That way, if I have a malfunction, I'll know specifically what type of ammunition I had the malfunction with. So without any further ado, let's head out to the range and see how my mixed, nasty gun show ammunition functions in the PPKS. Have a ruptured cartridge case on that one. That's one of the Remington UMCs, so I don't think we can blame that on the pistol. That was just a case that failed. Got one shot left in the pistol of this stuff. Got a few cartridges left for a mixed magazine. We'll try that. Last magazine, this is going to be 2 Remington UMCs followed by 3 Winchesters. Let's see how they go. Not a problem. So there you have it, folks. This little pistol ran all of that ammunition. In fact, the only hiccup I had required a case failure in order to get a stoppage, and that was just a failure to eject. Once that was cleared, the pistol kept running. The case rupture didn't cause any damage to the pistol, obviously didn't cause any damage to me, and I think that's just tremendous, tremendous reliability from this Smith & Wesson produced Walther PPKS. So if you happen across one of these used somewhere and you see that it was produced by Smith & Wesson, if it's one of the later production pistols, I think you can purchase it without worrying too much. Now, the earlier ones, I can't speak for those. I don't have any experience with them. But as I recall, this one was produced around 2011, 2012, somewhere in that time frame. And it has run perfectly with everything that I've ever put through it. And the only failure it's ever had has been that one that you saw in the video where the case ruptured. And again, that one you really can't blame on the pistol. That was a failure on the ammunition. And as I said at the beginning of this video, a semi-automatic pistol is always dependent upon its ammunition and its magazines for proper functioning. And that's the video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, as always, make sure you forward those to me. Remember, if you purchase anything from Optics Planet, be sure to use my discount code, which is... And if you use that discount code, it's good for 5% off anything you purchase from Optics Planet. Also remember, WarbirdBunker.com is making t-shirts for the channel. If you go to WarbirdBunker.com, you can find my t-shirt there, as well as all of Nathan's other firearms and patriotic themed gear. And if you use my discount code at WarbirdBunker.com, which is HRFunk for you, that'll save you 10% off your purchase from WarbirdBunker.com. See you next time, folks. Until then, good shooting. Bye-bye.